Game time.
Hey everybody, welcome back to NTW. My name is Rob, and yes, it is game time. And we are playing World of Warcraft, and we are back on our level 44 Human Protection Paladin. And on deck today, we have Maul-Capitol Gardens and Uldaman. I'm going to get queued up for both of them. We'll see which one hits first, and then we'll get in there. Alright, we are back, and our first dungeon is going to be Maul-Capitol Gardens. And unfortunately, like Muradin, Maul has one description for the whole thing. But I'm going to try and read through it again and try not to fumble through it this time. Built thousands of years ago to house the Kaldore's arcane secrets, the formerly great city of Eldra, Thoros, now lies in ruin. Writhing with warped, twisted forces, competing covens once fought for control of Dire Maul's corrupted energy, but they still have since settled into an uneasy truces, choosing to exploit the power within their own territories rather than continue to battle over the entire complex. So, unfortunately in this dungeon we actually did experience our first wipe as well, and it was actually on me. It's been so long since I ran this dungeon. You're supposed to kill all the tree guardians, because when you go and attack Tendra's Warpwood, all the tree guardians, these big guys right here, they will all come and attack you. And that's what happened. We left two of them alive. I went and attacked Tendra's Warpwood, and they came and joined the fight. So unfortunately that one was on me. After our wipe, we came back and we took care of these other two guardians, and then we were able to take down Tendra's, no problem. Okay, we are back after our wipe, and this is our second attempt at Tendra's Warpwood. Tendra's Warpwood was a staunch defender of the Eldor Thoros, his heart inexorably entwined with the fate of the city. When the Suttering shattered the land, his resolve never wavered, but as corruption seeped into the ruins over the next 10,000 years, so too did it affect the Ancient's spirit. First of all, right under the first ability is Intruder Alert. Tendra's Warpwood calls any living Ironbark protectors to come to his aid when players begin the fight. So that's almost instant death when they come and help out. Second ability he has is Trample, physical damage to all players within 1 yard. Grasping Vines, physical damage to all players within 1 yard, knocking them down and immobilizing them for 10 seconds. And Entangle. Tendril Warpwood teleports a player to him and entangles them in roots, inflicting nature damage every 3 seconds and immobilizing them for 10. Second attempt, we were able to get him down, no problem. Okay, second boss we're going to face here is Ilana Ravencloak. Ilana Ravencloak, along with her faithful companion Farah, was once Prince Thorin's most valued hunter until she refused to carry out her leader's order to execute her friends. As punishment, he killed Ilana and her bear, but he used his demonic power to bind their spirits to their bodies, condemning them to remain in Dire Maul as undead protectors. Fira is Ilana Ravencloak's faithful companion and will fight by her side to the death. He has charge and maul. Ilana has multi-shot, inflicts physical damage to a player up to 9 players adjacent to the first volley, inflicts arcane damage every second for 6 seconds. Immolation Trap, inflicts fire damage every 3 seconds, and Concussive Shot. Concussive Shot has 50% chance to stun a player for 3 seconds instead. Okay, we're on to Magistar Calendris. When Prince Thorin demanded the slaughter of the majority of his subjects, his most loyal lieutenants were tasked with executing his will. Magistar Calendris murdered many unsuspecting Shendalara without hesitation, but one of the doomed elves mortally wounded him during a destructive battle. Despite his demise, Calendris' spirit still roams Dire Maul as a defender of Thorin's rule. First ability is Shadow Form. He assumes a form of a shadow, 50% health remaining. Shadow Form reduces all melee damage received by 40%, and shadow damage inflicted increases shadow damage inflicted by 40%. Shadow Word Pain inflicts shadow damage every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. Mind Flay reduces movement speed by a player by 50%. Inflicts shadow damage. Mind Blast inflicts shadow damage to a player, and Dominant Mind. Charmed player will fight for the Magistar, but their melee attack speed is slowed by 100%. Dominant Mind lasts for 10 seconds. Okay, we are on our fourth of the 5 bosses in this version of Dire Maul. This is Immelthor. In a desperate bid to restore the power and immortality they lost when the Well of Eternity was destroyed, the Shen Dralar summoned a demon into the western wing of Dire Maul and captured him with a force field, allowing them to use the Void Terror's energy for their own spells. Unable to fight back or even move for nearly 10,000 years, Immelthor could only watch and wait for the day he might break free and rend the flesh of his captors. First move is Eye of Immelthor. Eye of Immelthor periodically throughout. He summons an Eye of Immelthor periodically throughout the encounter. Eyes of Immelthor will choose a player at random and attack when they spawn. The portal teleports a random player, reduces their threat to 0. Infected bite. Nature damage every 3 seconds, increases the physical damage taken by 44. Frenzy. Attack speed increases attack speed by 60% for 3 minutes. And Trample. Immelthor inflicts physical damage to all players within 1 yard. Okay, this is the 5th and final boss for this dungeon. This is Prince Tortheldrin. After the Well of Eternity's destruction, Prince Tortheldrin maintained control over the surviving Shen Dralar by imprisoning a demon in the ruins of Eldar Thoris and letting his subjects siphon its strength. The exposure to demonic power twisted Tortheldrin's mind, and when the creature faltered, the prince ordered the deaths of many of his vessels, so only he and his most fanatical followers would be left to enjoy the corrupt energy. First is dual wield. He'll dual wield a weapon in each hand. Thrash. Thrash is attacking 2 additional times. Arcane Blast. Inflicts arcane damage to a player and knocks them back. Whirlwind, physical damage to all players within 81 yards. And Counterspell. Prince Tortheldrin interrupts the spell casting of a player, prevents further spell casting for 15 seconds. Alright, that is going to do it for Dire Maul, the Capitol Gardens. I'm going to turn in these quests and then get out of here, and I will queue up for our next dungeon, and I will see you then. Okay, we are back in our next dungeon. This is Uldaman. This is a long dungeon with 8 bosses. And even then, I'm still not even 100% sure if we actually managed to get them all. But the description of the dungeon is, Uldaman is an ancient Titan vault buried deep within the earth. It is said the Titans sealed away a failed experiment there, and then moved on to a new project related to the genesis of the dwarves. Tales of a fabled treasure containing great knowledge have enticed would-be treasure hunters to dig deeper into the secrets of Uldaman, a task made perilous by the presence of stone defenders, savage trogs, dark iron invaders, and other dangers lurking in the lost city. Okay, we are at our first boss of Uldaman. It's been so long since I've been in this dungeon, and throughout this whole dungeon, you'll see me checking my map, just because I'm not quite sure where to go anymore. But our first boss here is Revelwash. Some luminaries in Ironforge's prestigious explorers leagues have theorized an ancestral link between their people and the Trogs, and pointed towards the Trogs hoarding off of Titan artifacts as a reflection of the dwarves' own reverence for such wondrous devices. If that is true, the Trog, known as Revelwash, can be considered the Trog equivalent of the archaeologist. Although any historical-minded adventurers who encounter him would be more inclined to call him a thief. He has chain lightning bolt that arcs to nearby players, inflicting nature damage to 31 targets, and lightning bolt blasts his current target with lightning, inflicting nature damage. Alright, we are on our second boss here. This is Iron Aya. The Titans did not construct the Uldaman complex directly, but utilized various servants to create its megalithic halls. The Pantheon encrusted the Watcher Iron Aya with overseeing the construction and maintenance of Uldaman. But as time passed, the once awe-inspiring vault fell to ruin. Within the map chamber, Iron Aya has spent a millennia in a form of stasis, analyzing the original master plan drawn up by Khaz'goroth and attempting to find a way to restore the complex to its original functionality. Arcing Smash. She delivers a vicious arc, inflicting physical damage to all enemies in front of her. Inflicts physical knock away, inflicting physical damage to her current target, knocking them away. And War Stomp, inflicting physical damage to all enemies within 51 yards and stunning them for 4 seconds. Okay, we're on our next boss here. After many trash and many wrong turns, we have arrived to the Ancient Stonekeeper, one of many golems that staffed and operated the Great Titan Vault. The Ancient Stonekeeper was part of a small group that served as an intermediary between the Watchers left in control of the facility and their many servants. With the corruption of the Obsidian Sentinel, the Ancient Stonekeeper is the last of its kind, performing its duty by protecting the secrets of the Titans as best it can until its inevitable shutdown. Ancient Stonekeeper summons a sandstorm that moves towards a player, inflicting physical damage and reducing movement speed of all players within 51 yards. Okay.
It's too far away.
Again, after many wrong turns, I'm starting to get my bearings as we work through here. We are now on the Obsidian Sentinel. The Obsidian Sentinel was responsible for guarding Uldaman's secrets until it was corrupted by an unknown force, originally crafted from the same stone as the halls of Uldaman itself. This keeper has had the majority of its body replaced with dark glass capable of reflecting spells. Whatever was responsible for the Obsidian Sentinel's transformation must be incredibly potent, for it is not easy to alter the enchanted stone of the Titan construct. Obsidian Reflection raises a reflective shield, giving it a 20% chance of reflecting the next spell. Splintered Obsidian reduces its damage done by 33 and summoning an Obsidian Shard. And then the Obsidian Shard raises a reflective shield, giving them a 20% chance of reflecting the next spell cast at them. Alright, this is Galgan Firehammer. Reacting to the discovery of Uldaman by Bronzebeard dwarves, the Dark Iron Clan mounted an invasion of the vault to stop their ancestral foes from accessing the powerful artifacts within. Galgan Firehammer, a senator from the Shadow Forge city, was sent to oversee and the continued evacuation. He was continued to oversee the continued excavation of Uldaman, so that the Emperor may harness the dark artifacts' destructive potential against the Dark Iron enemies. Fire Nova inflicts fire damage to all players within 101 yards. Flame Lash, inflicting fire damage and reducing their fire resistance for 20 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Amplify Flames increases the damage the current target takes from fire for 10 seconds. And then his Shadow Forge Geologists, they assist him in battle. They have Flame Spike and Flame Lash. Okay, this is our second to last boss. This is Grimlock. In Trog society, the biggest, strongest, and most ferocious Trog often becomes chieftain through displays of power. Grimlock is a comparative genius in that he has maintained control of the Stone Vault Trogs through intimidation and what might be considered crude psychological warfare. Having trained a deadly basilisk, Grimlock uses the threat of petrification by his beast to keep any would-be usurpers in line. He has Chain Bolt, which is same as the other one, arcs to nearby players, inflicting 31 damage. Lightning Bolt, Grimlock blasts current target with lightning, inflicting extra damage. Bloodlust increases one of his allies' attack speed by 30% for 30 seconds. Shrink, Grimlock shrinks all players within 51 yards, reducing their strength and stamina for 20 seconds. And he also has his Jade Spine Basilisk. Grimlock fights with the aid of his pet Jade Spine Basilisk. And he has Reflection, which is 100% chance of reflect harmful spells back at the caster, and crystalline slumber. Inflicts arcane damage to player and stuns them for 3 seconds. Wow, it took a lot of trash to get up to this point, but here we are. This is Arcadis. Deep within Uldaman is a chamber containing one of the greatest treasures of the Titans, created by Norganen himself. However, thus far, no explorers have managed to gain access to the relic. For any attempt at doing so, activates the Great Watcher Arcadis, an immense guardian who easily dispatches treasure seekers through its powerful attacks and veritable army of servants. Crafted from some of the oldest, strongest stone taken from Uldaman's depths, Arcadis is a foe as formidable as he is ancient. First move, Awaken Earthen Dwarf. Arcadis awakes an Earthen Custodian every 10 seconds to assist him in battle. Awaken Earthen Guardian. When Arcadius reaches 66% health remaining, he awakens 6 Earthen Guardians. They have the ability Whirlwind, inflict physical damage to all enemies within 81 yards. Awaken Vault Warder. When Arcadius reaches 33% health remaining, he awakens 2 Vault Warders. They have the ability to trample, inflicting physical damage to all enemies within 101 yards. And Arcadis, as ground tremor, Arcadis shakes the ground, stunning all enemies within 201 yards. I'm going to get all these quests turned in, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I hope you liked what you see and you want to see more. I hope you guys learned about why we're running these dungeons and why we're attacking and killing these bosses. If you guys want to see more, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video around and leave a comment down in the comment section. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you get notified every time a new episode comes online. Again, my name is Rob. Thank you guys very much for watching. And always remember, take care of yourselves.